I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. How has your week been?
Very good. Busy.
Yeah. Busy with
Yeah.
your voice acting?
Narrating.
Yes. So you
And
call it narrating.
yeah, I am
Okay.
at this point, I'm just calling myself a full-time audiobook narrator. And I also had it was a wild week. I chaperoned my daughter's first grade field trip
Oh. Hmm.
on
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh.
Uh, and it was exhilarating and exciting and exhausting. So I didn't get to work that day, but it was so fun to go with her. So
Where did you go? What kind of field trip
we
was
went we went to the Aquarium of the Pacific, which is in Long Beach here in California.
it? Okay.
And it is like an amazing aquarium. You can pet sharks, like little
Oh.
baby sharks,
Mm.
and stingrays and jellyfish and all
All
kinds
of
of
those things are
stuff.
monsters of the sea, Michelle. Like they're
They
monsters.
are. I know, but they're there. They're right there, and you can touch them. And it was amazing.
Did
And I
your
had
did
the
your little
best
one
time.
did she touch them? Was she brave and touched them?
Yes, yes. And the kids are braver than we are. They are so
Yeah.
brave.
They just
And
don't they
so
don't have a
I
fear of dying. They're like,
no, they don't.
what's death? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that on Wednesday, and I had her and three of her little friends were in my charge on the day, and they're so cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like the cutest thing ever. So I got to
Well,
do that this week.
so I've been on many a field trip, but the worst one I've ever been on was with my son going to the zoo
Oh,
in like May. It was hot and it was like, he was probably like 9 and all they do is run around. And I'm
yeah,
trying to I had like 3 of them and I'm like, I lost 2. I don't,
yeah.
yeah.
I ran into exactly. So each of the parents had like four kids, and I ran into one of the other parents while we were there, and everybody's just scattered. And she comes up to me, and like her face, I wanted to hug her. She was just like, "Oh my God." She was like, "They just they just keep running everywhere." I'm like, "I know." I like just let them run.
It's safe
They're
for
all wearing
kids.
red. They'll find us. They'll be fine.
It's
But it
good.
was it was a nice break from it was like the total opposite of what I do. I was like
Yeah.
in an open space with tons of people. Meanwhile, when I'm here, it's
You're isolated in a
quiet, it's
booth.
dark,
Yeah.
I'm in my booth, and
Do you
anyway,
enjoy it? Do you enjoy being isolated in a booth?
I do.
See, some people are introverts to where too much stimulation like drains their energy, and some people get energy from being by themselves and isolating. So,
I'm I can't think of the term, but it's like I'm a combination of an introvert and an extrovert. I
yeah,
think naturally I'm an introvert. I do enjoy my time to myself. I love being in the booth.
yeah,
I can turn it on like in a crowd when I need to,
yeah. I think,
but
yeah,
it
I have friends
definitely
like that.
drains me. Like
Like,
I came home on Wednesday and I was like, I need the couch. I was like, just leave me on the couch, please.
I have a friend that's like that, and we're gonna go to Nashville, and like I get energy from people, so I'm like, oh, we need to go to dinner, we need to do this, and then she's like, that's a lot of people, and I was like, what? Like, she's like, I need to go back to. I was like, well, I'll go to dinner, then you just go to your room.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
I would be in my room.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on with PS with Precious. This is my favorite interview segment because I get one-on-one time with some of my favorite voice actors and authors. And you, Michelle, the first time I heard you in a book, I'd read Haunting Adeline. Okay. And then I started listening to audiobooks and I listened to one Teddy Hamilton book and he was okay, but all my friends are ranting and raving. I'm like, what's the big deal about Teddy? Like he's good, but and then I listened to Haunting Adeline and I fell in love with Teddy, Dark Teddy. But I found your voice in that book. I was like, you have a very beautiful voice. You're very
Thank you.
talented. So I've had my eye on you since I started the audiobook industry and I was so excited you said yes to this. So thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
What we do here on PS with Precious is we start with an introduction and then we start with the day you were born. I'm just kidding. but almost. So let me just tell everyone here that's here just to make sure they, in case they don't know, which I bet they do. So Michelle Sparks, you're a Los Angeles-based voice actor with more than 250 audiobook credits. Is that right?
On Audible, it
Impressive.
might be less, but as far as books I've recorded that haven't
Yeah.
come out yet, yeah, about
Okay.
250. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That's a lot. Michelle describes herself as not your typical narrator. After voicing some truly unforgettable FMC, she became a voice so many listeners instantly recognized, like me. I can always tell, even if I don't know you're on the. I was like, that's Michelle Sparks. With such an interesting background and journey, I can't wait to dig deeper into the experience that shaped her and what makes Michelle Michelle. So here we go. What was Michelle like as a little girl?
Oh boy. Well, I'm an only child,
Okay.
so I when I was young, I had to entertain myself a lot.
Yep.
Um, and it's by the way, I read all your questions last night, and I
Yeah.
was thinking, I was like, I did have to entertain myself, and so I was very imaginative
Okay.
as a
Creative. Yeah.
kid, in my mind, and would come up with scenarios and act out things and stuff like that. I don't know that I naturally felt that I was like an actor
Yeah.
at all. It was just play for me, but I definitely had like this like I've always been like internal. I internalized a lot of things as a kid and had a very I have a very imaginative mind.
Okay. All
Like I
right.
can so when I read, I can picture characters. I give them, no matter how much backstory an author gives them, I give them so much more.
Okay. So you're
I
one
dig
of
deep.
so before you voice the character, you know exactly who they are, where they've
Yeah.
been, what they. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That
And I
that's
kind of give them like my own little I try to dig from just my personal experiences and try to imagine myself in the situation, but then also it's not myself. And so but yeah, I have a pretty vivid way that I like picture the characters, and that's kind of where I start, when I'm working on a book.
yeah. So when you were younger, like, did you get into theater? Did you get into arts, or were you not?
Not as a young kid.
Okay.
I think it took me a while. When I got to high school, I did sort of find myself like in the theater crowd and like the choir crowd.
Yep. My kids
So
are there. Yep.
I started singing. I love to sing. Um, and then I did like all of the high school musicals,
Were you
but
like a
never as
star, or were you like an ensemble? Like
no
my
ensemble, never
my
as a
girls
main
are
character,
ensembles. My son's a main character energy, but not my girls.
never as a main
Yeah.
character, always in the background, but like bright,
Yeah.
shining bright in the background.
Yeah.
But well, like choir, I think choir was more my thing.
Mm.
I loved singing in a group and learning harmonies and stuff like that. And I found that that was probably where I shone brighter
Okay.
than like on stage.
Yeah.
Like I sort of shied away from like being front and center.
I feel like that's your introvert speaking. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were younger, was there anyone around you that was creative that you kind of looked up to, or was your family just not creative?
Well, my mom's very creative. She's an artist.
Mm. Does she
She
paint?
she paints, she does
Mm.
ceramics. I have a lot of her stuff actually at my house.
Yeah.
So she's super, super creative that way. My dad actually was he did custom woodwork. for
Oh,
people. So he would
yeah.
build, yeah, he would
That's an
build
art. Yeah.
beautiful pieces of furniture.
Mm.
I still have two of them in my own house,
Wow.
like a coffee table. Our dining room table is something my dad built. So he was also very creative,
Yeah.
just in a different way.
Yep.
But he was also very practical and precise. Like the stuff he built, um, my husband even marvels at some of the stuff he built because there's no screws or nails. It's all pegs and glue and
Wow.
solid wood. You know, it's
And
just
they don't
but
make
it's
it like
really
that anymore. I mean,
yeah,
it's,
it's
yeah.
beautiful. The Our coffee table is 35 years old
Oh,
and it looks brand new. It's beautiful. So I did have a lot of creativity surrounding me, but they never guided me in that direction. They sort
yeah.
of just let me do what I wanted to do. I was also very good at school too. Like I was good at math, I was good at science, all this stuff. So it didn't really, I don't think it evolved until I was older.
Later in life. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you were in choir and in some theater, and then high school ended. And this is where usually people say that's where the dream came from, or that's how they got on the path to where they are now. So what happened after high school?
After high school, as I said, I was very good at math and science. So I got accepted into the architectural engineering program
Oh, you're smart.
at the University of Texas in Austin.
That's smart. Smarty pants.
I'm a little bit of a smarty pants.
That's
So
great.
did my first year at UT Austin in engineering, and I was not happy. I didn't like
Mm,
it. It was not fulfilling. And a lot of my friends from high school actually went to the same college, it was in the same state, and it's a big school. And so I started exploring my options.
mhm,
And then a guy that I went to high school with was in the film program
mm,
at UT.
mhm.
And so we would have late nights and, hang out and, maybe a couple of beers and we would talk. And I was like, that sounds so fascinating. And he would describe what his classes were like. And so I switched and I
So
went into the film program.
when you went to college and studied architecture, what did you think you wanted to do with that? Like you wanted to be an architect and design buildings, or you just didn't know, you just know you're good with that type of math?
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't
Okay.
know. I
Yeah.
didn't know. And the like having a career as anything in the arts or anything in the creative field just didn't occur to me. It
Mm,
wasn't presented to me. And by the way, where I'm at now, I couldn't even have envisioned this on
hmm.
any level.
Yeah.
And it was practical. It was a practical choice to do something that was, it's like you're smart, your grades are good. Do something,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that everyone's going to be proud of. It's like, and I just wasn't happy. I didn't like it. It didn't fit
Yeah.
who I was at all. And so I evolved. The film program at
Mhm.
UT was amazing. And I made some of my best friends there. One of my oldest friends who I met there, she still lives in LA and we still hang out. And it was probably one of the greatest experiences of my whole life because you got past the part where you're just learning things to learn them and take tests and pass tests. And it got super creative and collaborative.
Mm.
And we were making movies and working on each other's projects. And then as undergrads, we were working with graduate students and working on their projects. And it was like 2 years where I just felt completely unleashed in this way that I had never felt before. And it was so exhilarating.
Mm.
And um, like I said, made some of my best friends, did some really creative work. And then I graduated college, and like 6 months later, I moved to LA with my friend, Bridget.
Okay.
And we were like, let's see what we can do. Like,
So when you majored
where
in
are we going?
film, like that seems broad to me. Like, was there something in particular that you kind of gravitated towards or wanted to do?
Um, at first I didn't know. I loved photography. And then when you started putting images and music together, like that
Mm,
was fascinating to me.
hmm.
And what I ended up doing was a lot of our projects, I was the editor for those. So I would spend hours
Yeah.
late at night, like in the editing lab, editing projects. And I really felt like um, just being able to tell a story with images and music and sound um, was it captivated me. It was interesting. And so when I graduated, I was fairly certain. I said post production is where I want to be.
Okay.
I had no interest in acting or directing or doing anything like that, um, because I knew like post production is where the final product, the story is actually told.
Hmm.
I mean, you do all the work up to that, but when you start to cut it together, you're making decisions and you are crafting the story. And I found that fascinating. So I moved out here to do that.
Hmm.
And I did. I,
So you got a job
yeah,
like at
yeah,
movies or TV or
oh, well, it started out slow. I worked at a
you just
company
laughed at
that
me. You're like,
did.
child, that is not what happens when you
No,
grad.
no, no. It's no, no, no. I mean, I got like, I got random jobs, but I was focused on the movie industry, and I found a job at this place that did like a little bit of visual effects and some other stuff that like doesn't even exist today. But and I sort of bounced between that, and then I got into production, and then I became like a post production PA, they call it. So I was in the cutting room, and I worked at Disney. I worked on like two Gary Marshall movies,
No
three Gary
way.
Marshall movies.
If the
Yeah.
credits go, will I see your name?
Yeah. Just as a PA,
That's cool
like in the
though.
cutting room. But I got to meet Gary Marshall, and
Wow.
so I started working my way up, like in the editing rooms and editing department, and then I worked at a full-on visual effects company, and then I switched back over into post-production. I got into the Editors Guild. I was an assistant editor. I worked on a Jerry Bruckheimer TV show as an
Wow.
assistant editor. I was doing all the things
Yeah.
that you're supposed to do if you want to do post-production.
Yeah.
And at some point, it was very quick, and I was making really good money.
I bet.
Like I
I
was,
mean, I bet. Yeah.
it was really good. And,
Yeah.
but the environment was
Mm,
so toxic.
mm,
It was so toxic.
yeah.
There was the show I worked on for the Bruckheimer show. It was three editing teams. So three editors, three assistants. And I was the only woman there.
Mm,
And I don't I don't want to say they treated me poorly, but they treated me poorly.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
and at some
Yeah.
one day I came home and I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore.
Yeah.
It was I didn't feel valued, my input wasn't valued,
Yeah.
anything like that. So
You
I
know,
quit.
I'll
I
tell
just
you,
quit.
there's some people in the chat probably that are younger, okay, on the younger side. And they sometimes don't even know what we're talking about. When we talk about this type of experience, they're like, that's not true. That didn't happen. It 100% did happen. It took me a little old. I was a little bit older when it happened to me the first time. I don't know if I was just stupid and wasn't paying attention, but like it's when I was career lady and I knew what I was doing, and these men around me treated me like I didn't and
Mhm.
treated me completely different than my predecessor that was a man. I was like, let me tell you, because, and then I said something because I'm like, this is not acceptable. Like, it is because of my, so like, some people don't experience that, but yeah, I could totally see how all
Yeah,
male environment, yeah, they would. So you just up and quit though because of it.
up and
That's pretty
quit. Well,
badass, Michelle.
I think it was one too many times where some dude told me to smile.
Ooh,
Literally. I mean, I know it's a joke.
oh,
Told me to smile. And then one guy was like, we were having just a casual meet, not even a scheduled meeting, just a casual meetup in like in a hallway. And I excused myself because I needed to use the restroom. This was unplanned. And I came back and he was the only one there. And he was like, it wouldn't hurt you to be civil. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I said, I needed to use the restroom. This was an unplanned. Anyway,
yeah.
so I left. I just, with no plans, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2009.
Wow.
I
That's
just
scary, but
quit.
good for you. I mean, if you're my friend, I'd say, let's get something lined up first. Like that's what I both, let's get something lined up before
No,
you quit.
no.
You just said, don't, because something's going to work out, right?
I said, fuck it.
Yeah,
I can deal with it. So
yeah,
yeah. Um, but I kind of had a little bit of a plan in mind, but I had enough money saved up, and I was like, you know what? Let's just start fresh. So I did.
So where did you go? What did you do?
Uh, a good friend of mine he's an actor. He's still an actor, but he did voiceover,
Mm,
and I knew this. And a couple of people along the way had told me when I was working on one of those shows, by the way, if you don't know behind the scenes in post production on a TV show, so they put what they call director's cuts together. And if you need to pick up a line or the actor said something wrong or whatever, we just fix it in the office. And I would always be the one they would call in and be like, hey, can you come fix this line for us?
okay.
So I actually started doing what they call ADR, like before I even knew what ADR was, automatic dialogue replacement. And people were like, oh, you're good at that. And I was like, am I? So I hit up my friend. I said, what's this VO thing about? And he's like, well, you got to take some classes. I said, great. I got nothing to do.
But I got
I said,
nothing
I
but
just
time.
quit my job. Tell me where to go. And so he recommended two places out here in LA, and I just started taking classes,
And did you,
as many as I could find.
so you educate yourself because that's the smartest thing to do.
Educated myself.
Did you love it? Like
Yeah.
when you started, were you like, I like doing this? Like when,
I immediately fell in love with it.
so yeah,
And the reason I love classes, I mean, it's two things. You've got a director there, somebody who's teaching you. And then you've got people around you who are in the same boat as you are. So everybody's learning, but it's, learning how to read copy, learning how to get in front of a microphone and how to speak in front of a microphone. It seems like it should be easy, but it's not. microphone placement, how to protect your voice, how to get different intonations. And so I just immersed myself for about a year. I took every class I could find. I spent hundreds of hours
Mm.
just going to classes and doing workshops and just anything I could get my hands on. And within a year, I had an agent out here in LA and started working as a voice actor.
So, do you remember your first book?
My very first book, I do.
You do?
It's a very short novella,
Mm-hmm.
and you can probably still get it on Audible.
Mm.
It's called Tara Von L and the Skulls of Ares. And because I put myself on ACX, and it was like, and it was a male author, and I was like, sure.
Yeah.
So I did that, and that was fun. And then the very next thing I booked, which was also through ACX, was my first romance series.
Wow. So early on.
And I didn't, this is me at 30.
Oh, what are you about to tell us?
I
Oh, probably like me at 45 is probably
I
what you're
was
about to say.
30. I was 30 when this came along, which tells you how old I am now. But
I'm not good at math, so you're good.
I got this, well, I get this message, and it's from this author, and she's like, I just love your voice. I would love you. I have this series that I would like to book you for. And it's romance. And I'm sitting here again, I will admit this, I am not a big reader, never been a big reader. Didn't even know romance, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up, it's Stacey Marie Brown. And she's huge and I love her. But it was her first series as a writer, my first series as a narrator. And we just came together and I did that whole series. It was 4 books. It was called the Darkness series. And I was like, this is pretty cool. I was like, I could do this.
I thought you were going to say you were shocked by some of the stuff you
No,
read. Oh, okay.
no. And and
Okay.
and that series was very tame compared to like some of the stuff I do now. But um that was in like started in 2010,
Mm.
2011
So you've been in this industry a while.
to get the but between between then and like 2020, I think I only narrated about 8 books.
Really?
Yeah, because I was
So
still doing other I was doing
I
other
was going to ask.
voiceover stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was doing commercials, radio
So
and
that's how you're
TV.
making your, living.
Mhm.
That's how you're living.
Yeah.
And then you did these on the, yeah.
Video games, anime, like anything I could get my hands on. Like I said, an agent, they would send me auditions. My full-time job essentially was auditioning.
Mm, yeah.
That's any actor or voice actor, they'll tell you 80% of their time is spent auditioning.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. But I definitely like I set myself up for success with that series, with the Darkness series,
Yeah.
because that's how Denise at Audio Sorceress found me in 2020.
Okay. So I don't know the story and I'm fairly new to, I say fairly new to audiobooks. So tell me about what you just said and how significant it was to you and why it was significant.
So this whole time I'm doing voiceover, I did a few books. 2018, I had my daughter. 2019, we moved. And 2020 COVID hit. So I wasn't working. between like 2018 and 2020 at all.
Yeah.
And I remember, it's a very specific memory, so go with me. But I was in our garage on the treadmill, and I see this message pop up, and I click on it, and it was like, "Hi, is this the same Michelle Sparks that narrated the Darkness series by Stacey Marie Brown? If so, I have an audition for you. I'm a production coordinator at Audio Sorceress, and we produce audiobooks." And I was like, "Yeah." I read it. I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." Um, I said, "Sure, send it along." And so I auditioned for that, booked that, and the only way to describe it is the snowball. There was just a snowball effect from that point forward. Sorry, Denise over at Audio Searches, that reach out was everything. And then her and Marnie kept sending me auditions. I kept booking stuff. And I wasn't like reaching out to people because I was like, oh, this is pretty much all I can handle. You know, I've got like a 2-year-old
Yeah.
and all this stuff, and it's COVID, whatever. But they just kept reaching out.
They came to
And then
you.
other people started reaching out. Yeah. And I was like, oh gosh, okay. It's like, sure. And I just kept saying yes. So
Yeah.
here we are.
And so now you're full time voice acting. And now
Mhm.
you're probably having to say no sometimes. No, I don't have my schedule won't allow that.
Only, yeah, only because of scheduling. That's the
Yeah.
only reason.
Yeah.
I'll say
And
yes to pretty much.
do you love it? Like, is it you were meant to do this type thing, or it's like I'm really lucky I got this cool job kind of thing?
I love it.
Yeah.
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
It's as soon as I started doing voiceover, I knew I loved it. I liked the creativity. um, but there's something very like with commercials and other aspects of voiceover where, again, I said, like, most of your job is you're auditioning, you're on the go. You got to go here, you got to go there, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's very frantic, and it feels like you're chasing something,
Hmm.
trying to get people to hire you all the time. And something happened when I started narrating, which was the pace. I mean, the workload increased, but the pace slowed down
Hmm. Yeah.
to this really beautiful, manageable thing. And I stopped chasing work, and work started coming just towards me. And I had this beautiful moment. I can't remember when it was, where I was like, I feel like this is how it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I meet every job, I meet every project with my full attention and capacity. I just don't chase it.
Hmm.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, and it was like everything just like went whoosh, just locked into place. And I found the thing that I'm supposed to do.
Oh, that's I'm
It
older
was gorgeous.
and I'm finding trying to find my why, right? So I'm not like you guys where I have a talent and a skill set. So it's not that obvious to me. But I do admire those that when it comes to you like this, and then you're utilizing it to the best of its ability. Is there
Mhm.
something that you're really proud of so far in your career? Like, what is a highlight for you?
Um, God, I'm 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 proud of everything. I'm proud of every book I've done. I'm proud of the fact that mostly, I think people can count on me. Like
Mm,
if you decide that I'm, the voice for your book, for your character, that I can deliver. Like I will give you my
yeah,
everything I've got. And uh that's all I can do.
yeah,
But I do it every single day, and it doesn't matter what the genre. I mean, the with I say subgenre, it's always romance, but fantasy, dark romance, romantic comedies, whatever it is. I'm just proud of the fact that I can meet authors where they're at and and enjoy their character
mm,
and get I don't know, I just it's such a it's such a privilege. It's such an honor.
yeah,
It
yeah.
really is.
It's a great way of looking at it. You know, when I was talking to Aaron Shedlock, he said, my career is really luck. Like it's luck that I found kind of what I've. Do you consider that too? Like it was luck that you stayed one night late drinking with your friend in college to do film, and it was luck that that guy said that to you because you said screw you, I'm gonna like. Do you credit luck at all?
I think it's I'm trying to think of the quote. There's a great quote out there. I think it's something like this. Somebody look it up and you can test me on this, but they say luck is when it's like opportunity
Meets
meeting
preparation, something.
preparation,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
readiness.
yes.
So whatever happened in my life, all the steps I went through to get to where I'm at, you can call it luck or you can just call it preparation, but if there's any luck there to be had, it's I was lucky that I was in a place when Denise contacted me. I'll never forget that email. Um, where I was ready. I was prepared and I was open to
Hmm.
to receive, you know, that invitation
Hmm.
and to say yes. And and I just kept saying yes. And I
And
keep
now,
saying yes.
yes.
And
And
people say yes to me back,
I
and
was
it's
going to
like,
say,
let's
authors
do
say
this
yes too.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Is there any downside in your voice, in your narrating career? Is there anything that you're, a little downside, something that people don't know about? Because I think some people look at
Downside?
this and go, how fun to sit in a room and, voice act all day and, get to be in your home. And I'm like, I don't think it's that easy, but I don't know.
um, it's pretty easy.
Everyone that's thinking about doing it's going to jump on the bandwagon.
I know, I know, I know, I know. No, here's the thing.
No,
This
no.
okay, this is where I truly feel lucky. I do feel lucky because I have a place, I have a booth, I can stay at home. Like I'm able to be here when my daughter goes to school.
Yeah.
I'm here when she comes home. If she has a sick day, I can say, "You know what? Not recording today. I can tend to her." That's the luck,
Mm,
is the flexibility to be able to do other things in my life, and uh, I set my own schedule,
mm,
and so I'm able to accommodate a lot of interruptions that I think a lot of people aren't able to accommodate,
mm.
which is I feel so blessed for that. Um, God, What's the downside? I'm struggling, baby. I
That's
don't know if there's a
good. That's great.
downside.
That's, you know what? That's what everyone
I
wants.
really can't think of one. It's like, oh no, I have too many books due. Ugh, it's like
So
that's a stupid thing to complain about.
what does your typical day look like? What is it like 9 to 5? Or is it like I
Typical,
give myself 6 hours during this day and I'll just do whenever I want? Like, what's your typical day?
okay, typical day. Uh, I wake up about 6:45.
Good.
Get my
Not too
daughter off to
early.
school. I drop her off every day. It'll be summer camp soon instead of school.
Yeah.
Um, and come home. I give myself plenty of time in the mornings because my voice isn't quite ready,
Mm.
like straight away to start recording.
I sound like a
So I'll
man.
cut.
So yeah, I get to go.
I
Hello?
was
Excuse
like,
me, sir. I'm like, I'm a ma'am.
I know. Sorry. It'd be good for my dual
I
narrations.
was
It's
gonna
like,
say, yeah.
hello. But yeah, so I give myself a couple hours in the morning, make some coffee, wash my face, take a shower, whatever it is. I usually go through emails and reply to those, get all of the business of the day or the morning out of the way. And then I'm usually in the booth between somewhere between 9:30 and 10.
Okay.
And then I just go and I'll take breaks here and there, take a break for lunch, but I'll record like on a normal week where I've got a book due a week. That's kind of
Okay.
my schedule.
Okay.
Um, I'll record from like 10 to about 6.
Okay. That's a good chunk.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, lots of breaks in between. Get my daughter home, get her some food and stuff like that. So it's broken up,
Yeah.
but I get a good, you know, 6, I would say a good 6 hours of recording in a day,
Okay.
considering all that.
Are there any authors that you either love collaborating with or that you want to work with that you just haven't found the right book yet to fit your voice?
Oh my gosh. Um, that's a hard question.
And you can say pass. Because sometimes, like I've learned that like sometimes the answers aren't the best for your career. You know what I'm saying? So like you can
Yeah.
totally say pass.
Um, as far as authors I'd like to work with, I wish I was more. I don't get a lot of time to read.
Oh.
And I'm not, I'll admit this, I'm not super focused on the the romance community
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm in the booth and then it's family time. So,
Yeah.
but as far as, oh my gosh, I have a soft spot in my heart for every author I've ever worked with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
I'm
do have, I will shout out
okay.
because I can't not. She's just one of my, Tate James is one of my favorites.
And I've not read anything by her, so
Tate James, um, Jamin Eve, especially when they collab, those are great. Heather Long, like I love her writing so much. GT Geisinger writes characters for women that are just so like snarky and powerful. And
yeah. You've done a book with her. Is it Queens and Monsters? Is that
yeah, the Queens and
yeah.
Monsters
Yeah.
series
I've
with
heard such great things
Troy and
about
Brooke
that. Yeah.
Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. Um, obviously, H.D. Carlton, I'm always a sucker for because
Yeah. Do you see
that,
I know you said that first email was the one that but what did that book do for you? Because I mean, I heard about it before I was on Book Talk. Like it was a big book when it came out and it was a big audio book. Like, did that change anything for you, or you were like, I
Haunting
was always
Adeline?
big? Huh? Yeah, Haunting Adeline.
Haunting and hunting, uh, I had no idea. I had no idea how big the books were at all.
Because you said you're doing your job and you're doing your family. You
I'm
don't.
just
Yep.
working, I'm focused. And the strange part about that, I've told this story before, but I'll tell you again.
Yeah, because I never heard it.
They they had originally cast another female narrator
Hmm.
to narrate the duet. And I got an email from the production company saying, "Hi, we're recasting this role. We need it soon. Here's all the triggers, stuff like that." And I asked a few questions, and they're like, "Well, the other narrator decided to turn it down because she was uncomfortable
Hmm.
with the material." And I said, "Well, okay." And at the time, like, this was my first dark romance.
Oh. Oh.
No clue.
What
No
a
clue.
what a dark romance to start with.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
And without even questioning it, I said, yes,
Hmm.
I'll do it. And then they sent me the manuscripts and I read them and I was like, oh no. I was like, not because of the material, but I
Yeah.
was like, what have I gotten myself into here? Because I was nervous,
Yeah.
truly. Sorry, I'm resituating my phone. I was truly nervous because I was like, am I going to do this justice?
Hmm.
Like, it seems like a very intense, emotionally charged piece.
That is correct.
And I remember so I had read the manuscript for Haunting, and there was a playlist attached.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the day that I was going to start recording it. And I think I chose like a Saturday for some reason. And I sent my family away. I was like, you guys go do something. And I was standing in my kitchen and I was like, oh, I'm just going to play some songs on the playlist. And I started playing the songs and I was just like, ah! Like I broke down.
Hmm.
I was crying. I'm remembering the book and I'm like, it was like one of the first times where I thought, I think somebody has made a mistake here
Hmm.
because I don't know if I can do this.
Hmm.
But so I cried, listened to the music, read the first chapter again, just sat in the booth. And I was like, just read it how you want to read it.
Hmm.
Forget the darkness, forget the intensity of it. This is a person. Addie's a person,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I just started reading and never stopped.
Did you listen to it ever? Like with you and Teddy in it? No.
No.
Okay. I read both books and I listened to both books and I remember people going because I knew all this and I clutched my pearls and they're like that second one. But I listened to it and it you guys did a wonderful job with that with both of those books. I became a huge Michelle Sparks fan and a huge Teddy Hamilton fan from those
Thank
books.
you.
Yes. And then anytime I hear you, you just have a really beautiful voice. I can see that you could sing. Like I could see you singing because it's a pretty voice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we end these with something called, because I don't want to keep you, I try to keep these to an hour,
It's fine.
something called the Proust questionnaire. And that's
Yes.
where this Frenchman back in the 1800s came up with these questions and said, if someone answers these questions, you'll know exactly who they are. And that inside the actor studio, he used some of these questions when he's like, what's your favorite curse word? So that comes from this questionnaire. So I chose the ones I wanted to. So, and anytime you can say pass. You don't want to answer because some people have done that before. Okay,
Got it.
so what is your perfect idea of happiness?
Perfect idea of happiness. I think it's getting to do what I want, when I want, and never having the feeling that I need to apologize for it.
Yes, ma'am. Love it. Probably one of the best answers I've ever gotten. What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear.
Let me tell you what mine is a big cockroach with wings. And this happened to me last week. I'm not kidding you. Last week in my hotel room in Florida, too. I said, this is a living nightmare. And I did something really wrong and to make this happen to me. So that would be mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Side quest, side story. Because you said that, I was trying to think of something really deep. But yes, I have a wild aversion to cockroaches.
Yeah. It's a rational fear,
And
right?
about 2 years ago, I was in my bathroom. I was taking a shower.
Mm-mm.
Turned off the shower, and I have like a hair towel,
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
you know, one
Mm-hmm.
tiny one
Yeah.
for your hair.
Yeah, for hair, yeah.
And then, okay. So I throw that on,
Oh.
get my regular towel, and I step out of the shower part into the vanity area.
Uh-huh.
And I look in the mirror.
Uh-uh.
I shit you not. Right here. The towel's on my head. Right here was a cockroach.
Stop it.
No, I will not stop it. And I screamed as loud as I've ever screamed. The scrumped I screamed. Screamed I scrumped. I threw the towel off and ran downstairs to get my husband. And I was like, there's a roach. He's upstairs. I couldn't even breathe. I could not breathe.
That is an appropriate
I
reaction.
could not breathe. He was on my head.
Stop it. I'm getting lightheaded.
He was on my head.
I think I would have just
So after that, I survived that. So after that, I got no fear. I'm like, I can survive a roach on my head. Yes, ma'am.
It's not where I thought we were going to go with that.
That happened.
But I did it with my flying cockroaches.
Ooh.
They're just the worst things ever. I think I'd rather have a tarantula. I could deal with a snake.
I've held a tarantula. I know nobody understands
Soft.
this. I grew up in the South too. I grew up in Texas.
Yeah.
And those flying fuckers are goddamn everywhere. And like tormented me throughout my childhood. I have all of my trauma comes from cockroaches with wings.
Okay. Let's go
I'm
into
with you,
another.
girl.
Let's go to something. Look, everyone's dropped the chat. Like this is the worst conversation I've ever listened to. Because you're like, we're describing them, okay?
I know. Sorry.
But you know, half of these people agree with us. They're like, yeah, those. Okay, so what is a trait in yourself that you do not love?
I doubt myself a lot. It's like no matter how many books I record no matter how many amazing, wonderful, kind, supportive, loving things people say, I think ultimately I sit with myself and I'm always going, like, is this good enough?
Yeah.
And I think part of that is good. Part of it is I like that I'm able to examine my, my trajectory, my performance,
Yeah.
and self audit and check in with myself. But sometimes part of me, I wish I wasn't so hard on myself
Hmm.
because again, it's like it's just me in this room and
Yeah.
there's nobody there going, "Hey, great job." It's like you're just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Um so self-doubt and
So, like, when I say how great you are and how much I love you, like, how do you receive it? Are you just like, are you uncomfortable? Are you,
it's not uncomfortable at all.
Okay.
Right at this point, I'm I, I'm still flabbergasted.
Mm.
I mean, anytime anybody says anything or listens or
Really?
uh, I am or
That's
pays
interesting.
attention, um, because like I said, it's just, I don't know, it's just me. It's me in my booth with my voice. So I'm deeply grateful anytime anybody says anything kind and positive. It really it gives me that jolt that it would give
Yeah.
anybody. But it's like right on the other side of that is like, could you be doing better? Are you doing enough? There's always just a little bit of doubt.
Interesting. I think there's things
Yeah.
that we all think of for us, like that we don't like in ourselves. And I think at a certain age, you just go, I still don't like it, but I'm not sure what I can do to fix it. So
Yeah.
sometimes just acknowledging it, it's like, I acknowledge this is not the
Yeah.
best. And I
This is
apologize
just
you have to
me.
deal with it,
Yeah.
but I'm 50. So I'm
It's
just kidding. You can
true.
always improve yourself, but there's some things inside that just ain't going to change.
Love them. And then find somebody who loves those things about you.
Yes, that's a good advice. Okay, well, what is a trait that you don't like in others? What's the one you
In others, um, uh, judgment. I don't like it when I feel uncomfortable when people are judging others based on anything, how they look, their performance, especially. I get very, I think I get triggered, like when people criticize like other narrators' performances
Hmm.
and what they do because I know firsthand it's a very personal. It's hard to put yourself out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard enough. We're we're hard enough on ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
truly. And when I see other people even remotely suggesting that it's like, well, that wasn't a good performance. It's like, you know, I respect your opinion, but maybe keep that to yourself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
these are people, they're doing their best. Somebody chose them. The author chose them. Let's just I just,
Yeah, I
ju-
actually do. Like, that's why I give a lot. Most of my books are 5 stars because I start with, I couldn't do it. And then even if it's not for me, it's for someone. Like, it's not their fault. It's
yeah.
not for me. So, and it's like, is there a character, I'm just always like, great job. I could not do it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, what is a quality you most like in a man? And then I'm going to ask you, what's a quality you most like in a woman? And is it the same?
Okay.
This one's always hard for me because I was like, oh, I treat everyone the same. But then when I thought about it, I was like, yeah.
No,
I
no,
do.
I thought about this one actually. I
You
thought
did?
about
Okay.
this one last night. For a man, for me, I would say decisiveness
Okay.
is a very underappreciated but sexy quality. Like
Hmm.
when a man can go, here's where we're going, here's what we're doing. Or there's any sort of something and it's like, here's what's happening. I got this. Like, I love that.
Hmm.
Not because I can't do it, but sometimes I don't want to.
Yes. Sometimes you want to give it.
I
want the
want somebody else
responsibility.
to take that and just,
Yeah.
but to be able to make a decision in the moment, be decisive, be clear, and take the reins.
The
I
way you're
find that
saying it
very
with your voice,
sexy.
I'm also find it very sexy. I was like, yeah,
I
heck yeah.
know. It's like, yes, do that.
Absolutely. Make that decision, sir.
Right? For women, especially my women the women that are my best friends,
Mm-hmm.
the thing I most value is their authenticity. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're they're exactly who they are.
Yeah.
With me, with their partner, with their children, with their friends, with their parent. They're just completely real.
Yeah.
And unafraid to be goofy and call me on my shit when I need to be called on my shit, which I
Yeah.
do
Do you get angry though when
often.
they do it? Sometimes I'm
No,
like,
I'm like, I get angry at myself because I'm like, damn it, like, you're right.
yeah.
I
And
know better.
you know it, but sometimes it's good to hear someone say it, and then you're like, okay, fine.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
they say it with love, but
Yes,
just
they do it.
women who are just so unapologetically themselves
Yeah.
and real and honest and beautiful and who have no fear talking to anybody, especially me,
Mm-hmm.
and saying, you're being a dumbass. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck. You're right. I respect that. I
Yeah.
love it.
That's a great answer. I think I'm a lot the same. Okay, which words or phrases do you overuse?
Fuck.
Okay, that's a good one to overuse, though.
I say
That's
fuck
good.
all the time.
It's awesome.
Fuck this, fuck that. What
Now,
the fuck am I drinking? Where the fuck am I?
what are you going to
Where the
do
fuck are you?
when your first grader turns into third grade and the teacher calls you and says they got hit in the leg and in the hallway they said, fuck. And they call you and
I'll be
you're
like,
like, oh no, I can't believe that. And I hung up the phone and I said, fuck, get your ass down. I was so angry, but it's like, you heard it from me. If I lied to that teacher, I was like, oh, not say it ain't my son. Oh, I don't know where he heard that. Now they know me and they're like, it was you.
we have a deal with our daughter. She can hear curse words. They're out there. They're gonna be
Yes.
out there. I say them. My husband says them. But anytime we say one, she has a thing. I don't know where this came from. But if we say in what she considers a bad word, we have to acknowledge it, and one of us has to go, avocados from Mexico. Don't
That's
know
a
why.
interesting
So
family
I say
tradition
that
you
a
got
lot.
going there.
So that would be my phrase I say a lot is avocados from Mexico because I'm like, fuck. I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, God damn it. Like, what the fuck is this?
Avocados.
My daughter would be like, Mama. I'm like, avocados from Mexico. Just
Oh,
sliced my finger open on a onion. No.
that's funny. I wonder how that long that's gonna last too. That's funny. Um, I'm gonna skip over some of these. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? And is it
Nothing.
self-doubt? Oh, yeah. That's the answer I'm looking for. Heck yeah. Agreed.
I know. Sorry. I thought about this one too.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yep. Because it makes you who you
Not
are.
because I'm perfect. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't even get me. Don't get it twisted. I'm far from perfect. And I have made mistakes along the way, and but at this point in my life, I feel like every decision I've ever made,
Mm,
every person I've met, every experience I've had has made me who I am.
mhm,
And I like who I am.
mhm.
And I wouldn't change a thing. I think it's all divine. And even the bad stuff, you don't know how it's going to show up or teach you
Mhm.
lessons you might not have wanted to learn, but it's all there and I'm better for it. And I wouldn't change a thing.
That's the perfect answer. And I know some people are watching and it's foreign to them because what it shows, Michelle, is that you love yourself. And and to me, that's an ultimate goal is to love who you are, the good and the bad. And once you do that,
Yeah.
embrace it and understand that that's what you're putting out there and that's what you're supposed to put out there, changes everything, it's hard on yourself. It's easier to love others.
You could spend so much time regretting things you've done or going over it or reliving it. It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
It's over and it's wasted energy and the energy should be spent on, you can reflect back on things and um but look for the lesson.
Mm,
Look for the teachable moment in whatever
yeah.
anything that's ever happened and it's there if you want to find it. And a lot of times you'll find that it was a valuable, important lesson.
Even though it's hard to go through in the moment,
Very hard to
and you
in the
don't
moment,
see why, but it does.
but
It
it's
teaches you
there.
something and gets you to the next phase to your growth journey.
It got you exactly where you're at, and choices you make today are going to get you where you are tomorrow and the day after and the day after. And so I sort of just, at some point, I started to trust the process,
Hmm.
which
Process
is
of
just
life.
living. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, and not second guessing, not making, you know, uh,
Mm,
decisions based out of fear. Just do where, do what your heart leads you to do. And then,
mhm.
mindfully,
Yes.
obviously, but just trust the process.
That's, you're is what I call a wise woman. There's several people because it's you know it when you meet them and the way they see things and their outlook on life, and those usually are the people that are the most happiest. Even if you're looking at them and you could be somewhere else, to them they're happiest because they've embraced it all. Um, okay, let me look here because we're kind of over an hour. Um, do you have a greatest regret? The
I have no
avocados from
regrets.
Mexico isn't a regret that you just gave into that?
Nothing. I
What about
really
grabbing the towel
don't.
that day? Just kidding.
Not even a regret,
Yeah.
because now it's a funny story.
It's a funny story. It is, and it's also horrible. Horrible
It's
story.
horrifying, but it's
But funny.
funny. It's
Yeah.
like There's if I spent a lot of time and energy, I could probably dig through my life and find things like, oh, I regret that. I regret that. I just, I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
I don't regret a thing. I wouldn't, like I said before, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't be the person that I am without every single experience, good and bad.
Yep.
I don't regret a single thing.
Also, great answer. You passed that one too. The last question, what is your motto in life?
My motto.
This one's hard.
I don't really have a personal motto, but I did say something enough times that not one, but two people, individual, without communicating with each other, made me personalized. There was a personalized t-shirt and a personalized hoodie with this phrase on it.
Okay.
My husband made the hoodie. My wife, you know who you are, made me the t-shirt. And it simply on the front says, nope. And then on the back says, not doing it. I think I said it enough times. I'm like, because sometimes you just you have to say no.
Yeah.
You have to say no to stuff. And I turned it into a joke. I'm like, nope, not doing it.
That's a hard lesson. That's a hard lesson to learn, especially as a
It's
female.
hard. It's hard.
But it's so
It
important.
gets less hard when you're in perimenopause and you're like, fuck this.
Ain't it the truth?
I'm not doing it. So I
Nope.
got a t-shirt and a hoodie out of it. I was like, nope, not doing it. Try
Mine
me.
would, like if
What
I
are
had
you
a
gonna do?
hoodie
Are you gonna make me? I'm all grown up. Screw you.
I end these PS with Precious with a question of, if you wrote a letter to your younger self, what would it be? And what would the PS line at the bottom be?
I thought about this one too. I think the letter would be, the body of the letter would say something like, you're not behind.
Hmm.
You're right on time.
Hmm.
You're right on track. It may feel like you are behind sometimes, and you may look at other people and compare yourself to what they're doing, but they're not you. There's only one you. So just keep going.
Hmm.
And when it happens, whatever it is going to be amazing. And I think the PS would be, have fun. Like, have fun. That's what it's all about.
It is.
We're here to
Well,
have fun. We really are.
I can't thank you enough for coming on here, and you took the questions seriously, and you took time to answer them. And I think you did it in such a way that if someone's listening, it's all it's going to do is lift them up a little bit. If they take one little nugget of advice or your experiences and listen to what you like, it's only going to make them better. So thank you. I really appreciate
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thanks for saying yes, because I'm not the hugest account. So sometimes I'm like, I swear it's a true interview. So thank you for saying yes to me and giving me a shot and giving me your time and your thoughts. Amazing. I'm
I
glad I got
had
to
a
know you.
really good time, and it's always nice, very nice, very. I enjoy being asked about my journey and how I got where I am. And again, I'm always confused when people are interested because I just don't know why.
It's because you're Michelle Sparks. That's why.
Well, I
Well, thank
appreciate it. I
you.
had
You're
so
welcome.
much fun with
Good. I'm
you.
glad. I love doing this. So, am I going to do you could do the shows? Am I going to see you somewhere where I can get you to sign some books?
Let's see. I'm doing Spicy Reads here in
Oh,
California
friends are going to that. Maybe I'll give
at
them a
the end
book
of
to give to
June.
you. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. And then I'll sort of tease it here, but I'm not technically on the narrator list for Sinners and Stardust in Boston in August, but I will be there.
That's exciting.
I pulled some I pulled some strings, and I'm going to be sitting at an author's table with her,
That's awesome.
and I will be signing at Sinners and Stardust, Boston.
I'm not going to be
It's
there.
August. Yeah, it's at the middle of August. So if anybody's there, come find me.
If anyone's going, let me
That's
know.
all.
I'll send you some books.
Yeah, that's all I have lined up so far. But
Okay.
yeah, that's
All
it.
right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful evening. And again, thank you for coming on. And thanks everyone for staying and listening. I hope you learned something today. Learn more about Michelle. All right.
Can I
Have a
just?
great one.
I just want
Yeah,
to take a
go
quick
for it.
second and say,
Sure.
I. You'll never know how much I appreciate, like, your just your support as fans, as listeners, as readers, influencers, everything. Um, you mean so much to me. It's like warms my heart, and I truly, truly appreciate everything. Like just listening and reposting and comments here and there. I see all of it, and it really it means a lot to me. So thank you, and I love you guys.
And I'm going to say they're probably saying, I love you too, is what I bet everyone's saying that's watching this. All right. Well, you have a wonderful, lovely evening. And thank you
Thank
again.
you.
And
You
everyone in the
too.
chat, have a good weekend. It's Friday. Boop, boop.
Woo woo.
All
Have
right.
a
Bye,
great
guys.
weekend, everybody.